Okay, but so look at this sequence here, 2, 5, 8, 11, and so on. So what kind of the sequence of the progression is this? Hmm? Come on,
Arithmetic.
students, you have 2, 5, 8, 11. So what kind of progression is this?
Arithmetic with the common difference being 2.
This is an arithmetic progression that you have just studied that because there is a common difference here. You add 3 into it, you get 5, and then you add 3, you get 8, you add 3, you get 11, okay? So this is something that you have already studied, that is the arithmetic progression. Now you look at this sequence over here. Let me write one more. For example, you have 2, then you have 6, then you have 18, then you have 54, and so on. Then you have 12, then you have 6, then you have 3, then you have 1.5, and so on. Then you might have 0.01, then you have 0.1, then you have 1, and then you have 10, and so on. Or maybe you have 200, then you have 20, then you have 2, then you have 0.2. So you see what is happening in all these sequences over here. What do you notice, Bacho?
They are being multiplied.
They are being multiplied by a fixed number, which is in terms of this geometric progression that is called a common ratio. You people had a common difference in case of, like here you had a common difference which was represented by D, okay? And that D was like, you know, this was A2 minus A, or this was A3 minus A2, and so on, okay? But here, the common ratio is basically, you have to like this is represented by R. So this is basically, um, like if you divide this 2 by 1, what do you get? You get 2. If you divide 4 by 2, what do you get? You still get 2. If you get 8 divided by 4, that is still 2. So that is the common ratio. That is how you get it. That is A2 divided by A, or this can be A3 divided by A2, or it can be A4 divided by A3. In general, this is AN divided by AN minus 1. Okay? So now, look at this sequence here, 2, 6, 18, 54. Can I write it like this? 2, comma, 2 times 3, comma, 2 times 3 square, comma, 2 times 3 cube. Yes, can I write it like this? Yes, bacho?
Yes, sir.
Anna? Acha. Now, if you allow me to say that this is going to be 2 into 3 raised to power 0, then 2 into 3 raised to power 1, 2 into 3 square, and then this is 2 into 3 cube. Now this one is the first term. This one is the second term. This one is the third term. And this one is the fourth term. So if you have the nth term, what can be the rule to get the nth term? As if you remember yesterday, we had the nth term for the AP, that was A plus n minus 1 into D. So what can be the nth term for a geometric progression?
2 into 3 n minus 1.
Yes?
Power.
Yeah, someone has written this correctly. This is from Shazreen. Okay, so this is going to be basically, this is going to be 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 1. Because when you have the first term, you have 0 here. For the second, you have 1. For the third, you have 2. For the fourth, you have 3. For the nth, you will have n minus 1. So in general, the formula for the nth term is AR raised to power n minus 1. Okay? Okay, let's do this together. Now for this first sequence, your A is 1. Here your A is 2. Here your A is 12. Your A is 0.01. Your A is 200. Now you have to tell me that what is R in all these questions. What is your R? Okay. Now, what is R in this case in the first sequence here?
2.
That is 2. R is 2. What is R in the second case? We've already done this in the
3.
that is
3.
R is 3. And what is R here?
1
0.5.
over 2.
Or you can say half or 0.5. This is totally up to you. So this is half or 0.5, whatever, whichever way you want to write it, okay? And here, what is your R here?
10.
That is 10, absolutely. Like if you do it 0.1 divided by 0.01, so that is going to be 10. So your R is 10. And what is your R in this case? What is 20 over 200? That is 0.1. Okay? That is 0.1. So R is 0.1 here. Okay? Now let's write their nth terms. So the nth term, net went away and disturbed everything. Okay, so I was sharing this with you. So, uh, so we were interrupted because of the net. So its nth term will be AR raised to power n minus 1. So that is going to be simply 2 raised to power n minus 1. Here, this is going to be 2 into 3 raised to power n minus 1. And this one would be 12 into half raised to power n minus 1. And this is going to be 0.01 times 10 raised to power n minus 1. And this one is 200 times 0.1 raised to power n minus 1. So that is how you people write the nth term of the given sequence, okay? Now we shall be trying different situations where you will be finding A or N or R, okay? Okay, let's try some questions from the book, okay? This is exercise 60. It says identify whether the following sequences are geometric or not. And it says if they are, then you have to write the common ratio in the eighth term. Now, what do you think about this part A? Is it GP or not?
Not.
Why this is not a GP?
Because after 8, if it were GP, the term would have been 16.
Yeah, the system like 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So this is not a GP, okay? And this one, is it a GP? Yes? 721, 63, 189, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as you have seen that in your AP, if you recall your AP things, okay, if in your AP, if you had like if there was in AP, if it was a third term, so we were writing it as A plus 2D. If there was a fifth term, so we were writing it as A plus 4D. Now this must be clear that in our GP, if you have the, let's say second term, so you will write it as AR. If you have the fifth term, so that will be AR raised to power 4, okay? Like he's asking in this question that you have to write the eighth term and the common ratio. Now, first of all, what is the common ratio in this B part? 1B.
3.
So you can find it by 21 divided by 7. So that is 3. The common ratio is 3. So if we have to find the eighth term, so eighth term basically means that is AR raised to power 7. So the eighth term would be 7 into 3 raised to power 7. You can find this through the calculator, okay? Acha. If you look at the C part, bacho, this R, it can be positive, it can be negative as well, okay? So your sequence is like 81, then you have minus 27, then you have 9, then you have minus 3, and so on. So what is R this time?
-1/3.
Yeah, that is minus 1 over 3. That is basically minus 27 over 81. So when you simplify this, you get minus 1 over 3. So what will be the eighth term now? The eighth term, again, that is AR raised to power 7. So your A is 81, and then you have minus 1 over 3 raised to power 7. You can find this through the calculator. And if you wanted me to solve this G part, F part, okay, now this F part says you have 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. Is it a GP?
Yes.
Yes, this is a GP because your R over here, your R
-1.
is, that is minus 1. R is minus 1 because what is minus 1 over 1? So that is minus 1, okay? So the eighth term would be, that is going to be A R raised to power 7. Your A is 1, and this is minus 1 raised to power 7. So we can say this is going to be minus 1. Okay, now let's go on to the second question. Uh, the second question.
Sir,
I need to just
आपने
scroll this
R,
up for the, I
sir,
think I should go on to the third. Yes?
सिर्फ वो एक बार फिर से दिखाते हैं मैंने लिखा नहीं पूरा
Which one?
अभी जो सर आप करा रहे थे क्वेश्चन
You are talking about the F part?
जी सर
I just deleted that. Let me, yeah, this is the F part over here. Your R is beta minus 1 and your A is 1. Look at this over here. A8 is AR is plus 7. So that is how this is going to be minus 1. Got it?
जी सर थैंक यू
Okay. Now, we have to try this second question now. In the second question we have, it says the first term in the GP is A and the common ratio is R. Write on expressions in terms of A and R for the sixth term. So I think that's quite simple. The sixth term would be AR raised to power 5. And the 15th term would be, what will be the 15th term? Come on.
AR raised to power 14.
Yeah, that is AR raised to power 14. So let's see what do we have in the third question. Okay, here is the third question. The first term of a GP is 270. So that means your A is 270. And this is the fourth term is 80. So fourth term, I would write it as AR cube, that is equal to 80. So when you have to solve this, he says find the common ratio. So you can simply divide both the sides. But so please see, when you were dealing with the AP, you had the equations like this: A plus 2D equal to, let's say, 5. Then you had A plus 9D equal to 75, okay? And then to solve them simultaneously, we were subtracting them side by side. Now in this case, this is a different situation. You will have the terms in product in GP. So like in AP, where you were adding or subtracting the equation side by side, now you will be dividing them side by side. This will save a lot of time. Like I can write it as AR cube over A, that is 80 over 270. Okay, so I have divided them side by side. Okay, A is cancelled with the A, so I have R cube, that is equal to, this is this, so that is 8 over 27. You must be very familiar with the cube numbers now. So this R is going to be 2 over 3. You can use your calculator, but if you do that mentally, you know that 2 cube is 8 and 3 cube is 27. Question number 5. It says in the fifth question that the second term of a GP is 12. So I will write it as AR, that is equal to 12. Is that clear that why am I writing the second term as AR? Anyone confused, bacho? Like the way we wrote that sixth term as AR is for 5 and the 15th term as AR is for 14. So the second term is AR equal to 12. The fourth term is 27. So I can say that AR cube, that is equal to 27. And now you will understand that why I was emphasizing on dividing them side by side, okay? So if you divide them side by side, we should keep the bigger power in the numerator, okay? And don't mix them up. AR cube is equal to 27, so I'll write 27 here, and that is equal to 12, okay? You see that A is cancelled with the A, and R is cancelling this, so this is R square. I can cancel this is 3 9s are, 3 4s are. So this R square is 9 over 4. Your R is going to be plus minus 3 over 2. As you know that your common ratio can be positive, this can be negative, but here it is saying that all the terms are positive, okay? So what we will be doing here is, we'll just keep the positive common ratio, that is our only answer here. R is 3 by 2. Okay, then it says find the first term. You can put your R here. So this is going to be A into 3 by 2, that is equal to 12. So this A is going to be 8. Okay, that is the complete solution of this fifth question. Can I go to the next question, bacho?
Sir, 1 second.
Take your time, take your time. So the sum of the second and third term in a GP is 84. But the second term we know that is AR, and the third term is, we know that is AR square. Sorry, AR square, and that is equal to 84. The second term is 16 less than the first term. What is the second term? That is AR. It is 16 less than the first term. So this is your grade 8-9 algebra, where you have to form the equation by reading the statement, by comprehending the statement correctly. So is that clear that why did I write these two equations here? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have here, we have to solve these two equations basically simultaneously to get the values of A and R. I'm just leaving this up to you. You try this first.
Sir, हो गया.
Look at this one. This is your A minus AR, that is equal to 16. I'll take out A from here. A into 1 minus R, that is 16. This is A equal to 16 over 1 minus R. I'll substitute this A over here. Now this one can be written as A into R plus R square, that is equal to 84. Now instead of A, I'll write here 16 over 1 minus R into R plus R square, that is equal to 84. I can cancel this with 4 4s are and 4 21s are. Okay. Now this is going to be 4 into R plus R square, 21 into 1 minus R. Now you solve it yourself, bacho. So we get these two values after solving all of this, and we were required to find, now it was saying that given that all the terms are again positive, so I'll ignore this one. I don't need this one. I'll keep this one as my only value of R, okay? And then it says find the first term. So this is your first term, put your R here. So this is going to be A is equal to 16 over 1 minus 3 over 4. 16 over 1 over 4. So this first term is going to be 64. Okay. Okay, seventh question. It is a very interesting question. This is basically testing your concept about the common ratio. But so look at this. For example, you have two, we have 2, then you have 6, then you have 18, then you have 54. Now, if you find 6 over 2, you find 18 over 6, you find 54 over 18. They are all going to be same and they are all going to be equal if this is a GP. Now it says we have these three terms. So we have to find the possible values of x. So we have to use the same concept here, that this is x comma 4 comma x plus 6. So 4 over x should be same as x plus 6 over 4. Okay, got it? So that is how this will be. I'll do the cross multiplication. X squared plus 6x, that is equal to 16. So this is x squared plus 6x minus 16. So we do the middle term breaking. X plus 8 into x minus 2. So the two possible values of x are minus 8 and x is equal to 2. Got it? So this is done through the concept of the common ratio. In a GP, this 4 over x would be same as this x plus 6 over 4. Now this type of question you will be seeing a lot in your past papers. Okay?